Hey everybody, GT here from GT's Barbecue. Hey, Merry Christmas. We have a few parties coming up this weekend, so I decided to bring one of my favorite party snacks. I'm going to do a spinach artichoke dip. This is something over the years that always seems to be a big hit whenever I bring it. In fact, you better make a double batch because it seems to go pretty quick. So we'll get into the kitchen here in a second and get this thing fixed up, so stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay, let's go over some of the ingredients I'm going to use for this spinach artichoke dip tonight. I picked up some fresh bread today, and I'm going to hollow this out and use this for a bowl to serve it in. I have 10 ounces of baby spinach here. We're going to stem, rinse, and eventually blanch that. I have some Italian-style cheese blend grated. I have some whipping cream, some artichoke hearts, of course, some flour, some cream cheese, some brie cheese, some milk, and of course I have some cooking fluid, which always makes everything taste better, at least to me. So I'll get started on this thing here in a second. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Okay, we're going to get started on this dish here. We're going to start out with a 1/4 cup of butter plus 2 tablespoons. Kind of going to let that melt here for a little bit. Get some love. I have my stove turned on medium, and I did let the pan warm up a little bit before I got started. The butter's getting nice and melted. I'm going to go ahead and add our onions. About 1 cup diced onion, and a couple of cloves of garlic, just for some flavor. I believe this is called a bechamel sauce, believe it or not. Look at me using these fancy terms. It's a white sauce. I've not made one before, so I'll make the mistake so you don't have to. I'm going to let these simmer here for a couple of minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, the onions are starting to glaze over a little bit. I'm going to add, this is a 1/4 cup of flour. I'm going to add a little bit at a time. It's going to start to thicken this up. We're going to make a roux. I've always wanted to say, stir, a roux, your roux. Technical term. And I'm also going to add a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic. I have about a tablespoon here. I'm not going to use it all. About that much. Add a little more flour. You don't want to put your flour in all at once or this will get way too thick. And you got to keep moving it because you certainly don't want it to burn. Like I say, I do have my stove on medium heat here. These onions are translucent now. They're smelling amazing. Go ahead and put the rest of our flour in. And this is going to be the roux, the base, for our white sauce. Keep it moving. Keep stirring. Nice and bubbly. It's not too hot. Probably 5 or 6 minutes, I guess. We're going to let this reduce. And now I'm going to add my liquids. I'm going to put in 1 cup of cream. And 1 cup of milk. I'm going to bring this to a boil. Let it reduce, and then we'll see how thick it gets. If it starts to get too thick, you could add some vegetable juice or any kind of liquid. But we have plenty of liquid in here, so I'm not too worried about it. And you can always reduce it until it gets to the thickness you want. So I'm going to let this simmer here for a minute. Bring it up to boil. And I'll be right back. Okay, my white sauce is looking good. I'm going to go ahead and add the cheese now. This is going to thicken this up a lot. I have here 1 cup of my grated cheese mix. And I have about 2 ounces of cream cheese and about 2 ounces of brie that I'm going to put in here. And this is going to get pretty thick pretty fast. So kind of think of a dip. Think about yourself at a party. What would you want to see? Actually, this isn't too bad. Oh my goodness, that looks delicious. Wow. Holy moly. Okay. I'm going to keep melting this cheese down here for a little bit. And got my water boiling. I'm going to get ready to blanch my spinach. So while this is here, it's off the heat. I'm going to go ahead, come around here, take my spinach, and just kind of press it down into the water. We'll just put this whole package in. Boy, 10 ounces is a lot of spinach. I'm going to press it down in here. And we're not going to cook it too long. Probably take a couple minutes just to soften this up. And then we're going to strain it and press all the water out. I am going to add just a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt to this. I already salted the water. So I'm going to let that blanch probably for, I don't know, maybe a minute and a half or 2 minutes. And then we'll get it strained and pressed. The cheese sauce is looking good. Nice and, oh man, that's crazy. That looks delicious. I am going to go ahead and put this out on my smoker. Once I get it done, I have my smoker set at about 425 degrees, probably for 30 minutes or so, just to brown the top. And then we're going to fill our bread bowl. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, my bechamel sauce, or white sauce, has now become another kind of sauce because I added cheese. So don't know what the technical term is. It's probably a sauceroo. I'm going to go ahead and add a jar of artichoke hearts to this, hence the spinach artichoke sauce. Get that blended in. I have my heat on low here, and you can kind of see the consistency. Something thick enough to dip bread into. Boy, that looks good. Now I have my blanched spinach. I've squeezed out as much of the water as I can. Going to go ahead and invite that to the party. Get that mixed in with everything else. Stir, stir, stir-a-roo, technical term. Excuse my hand, I'll try to go this way. So we have some heavy cream, some flour, some butter, some salt, pepper, garlic, some artichoke hearts. Oh my goodness, I wish you could smell this. Looks like a good consistency. I'm going to put this in a disposable pan, as you can see here. And we're going to take it out to the smoker. Once again, it's warmed up to 425 degrees. Probably going to let this cook for about, I'm going to let it go for probably about 30 minutes. It doesn't really have to get brown. I just want to get it warmed up so all these flavors can mix together and love each other a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this mixture into my pan. Sorry, I know you can't see that. It's a horrible camera angle, but you get the idea. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and take it outside, get it on the smoker, and we're going to have a smoked artichoke spinach dip. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. Okay, I have my pellet smoker at exactly 425 degrees. I'm going to set this on my pellet grill right about there. I'm going to stay on this side. The smoke is going to come up and around and go out here, so a lot of the heat is going to circulate around here. So I'm going to get that thing going, like I said, probably 30 minutes or so, and we'll take it inside and fill our bread bowl. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, I just pulled this off the smoker. It's been on for 30 minutes at 425. We have some browning on top. I've carved out my loaf of bread here, and we're just going to go ahead and fill this thing. Oh my goodness. I'm going to mix this all together. Got our artichokes, got our spinach. Ooh-wee, ooey. This is going to be good. We're going to fill our little bread bowl here. And these can be taken down the next day. My party's not actually till tomorrow. And you can just stick this in the oven, reheat it, and it'll be just fine. Just like so. Obviously, it's best served fresh, right off the smoker. But there you go. You can see this made enough for probably 3 of these bread bowls. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right here, cap it off, and we'll probably serve it something like that. So these can be broken apart, used to dip with. Okay, that's going to be delicious, I guarantee it. If you take this to a party, you're going to be a big hit. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're so inclined, and comment, good or bad. If you don't like it, let me know why, so I can up my game. I appreciate everyone's support. Happy holidays. Please stay safe, and we'll see you next time.